All right, so for this video, we're gonna be continuing what we're talking about in another video, which was stabilizing in the upper and lower body and how to kind of progress that or incorporate that into your daily routine. So we wanna start down low maybe. I'm in a seated position, which is a position we find ourselves in quite often, especially if you have a desk job. So you wanna take advantage of that and just think about kind of pulling in from those inner thighs just to better connect to your core muscles. It also helps to connect down to the big toe knuckle, so you can anchor that so that oftentimes the knees will flop out like this, which actually creates a lot of tightness in the low back and gluteal area as well. So that's not great for most people, and especially if it's uneven, it'll cause kind of shift one way or the other, which also will cause a lot of strain up and down through the spine. So we're gonna pull in here, push back into those hips, kind of maybe stretch tall here a little bit, get the stomach out of the way if we can, and then anchor back to the butt, to the heels, and inner thighs to big toe knuckles. And then think about the upper part, which is the shoulder blades back and down, so that when we pull in and drive up through the chest, we're engaging that serratus muscle, serratus anterior, to lift the ribs, right? We don't want to pull up towards the neck and the head like this, because that actually allows us to collapse back and down. So we want to get more of that scoop and lift here, right? And a natural curve in the low back, but keeping our weight up and forward instead of back and down and collapsing to the low back or neck, pulling and hanging on the neck and scrunching up that way. So especially if you have a tendency to have a lot of like nerve pain or pinched nerve pain or referred numbness, tingling, pain down the arm or the leg, not a good thing if your weight's on that sensitive nerve or disc. So squeezing in, anchoring down, butt back to heels, inner thigh to big toe knuckle, pulling in and up, shoulder blades are back and down, so I'm kind of scooping and lifting from behind my rib cage to lift up through my chest or my collarbone area, like the headlights up here. And elbows could be there too. If you want to really reinforce that, you could kind of here, right, kind of here. But if you want extra resistance or feedback, just take your opposite hand, put it right in that elbow. So when you push, you're actually creating your own resistance there, and you can really feel that connection, not just up here, but down there as well. And then I can switch, right? You can't resist both at the same time, but that's what the other video was for, is using the table or the wall to create that feedback and resistance. But I can get the weight shifting and then trying to balance things out here. Maybe feel it without the resistance and then try to find neutral. Or I can even pull like against my thighs or knees here as I lift the chest, trying not to overarch the back, keep those ribs anchored as well, and breathe, of course. Okay, balance yourself out that way. So that's a way you can kind of assess and kind of treat things, adjust, recalibrate, especially if you're spending long periods of time sitting, or if you need to take a quick break, you can kind of recalibrate then or periodically throughout the day. Make sure you don't fall in those same patterns that got you into your pain or numbness or whatever it is. Okay, good.